Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Hi, welcome to my channel. So, I'd like to kind of pose a question. Um, yes, it's a what if, of course. Um, for those who haven't seen it, there's a series I'm doing on this one. But uh, something that came to mind right now is so I'm basically a language teacher. That's what I graduated with, and all that stuff, right? But what if um, all the old systems, for those who are aware of what's going on, things are changing and the world is shifting at a huge way. Okay. Um, um, and so what's happening, systems are dissolving, they're disappearing, they're breaking apart. And people might not believe this, but you'll see why. Because when something breaks apart, when you are tense, when you're fearful or something, when you're going like, it's usually the time when a shift is actually happening, right? And I don't need to tell you this for you to actually know that intrinsically. But in the moment, you're probably feeling it. It's all stressful and all that stuff, right? But when it comes to like, let's say, particularly like languages, what if the reason, like for me, I feel like I speculate, the reason I'm not getting certain jobs that I want is because the old systems are not only holding on to their systems, is because of this fear that in order to be considered good at a language, you have to be, it's all about content. It's all about amounts. It's all about quantity. It's not, it's not good or bad. I'm not saying quantity is good or bad, but when we rely on quantity and amount to designate our concept or conceptualization or attachment or identification of self-worth, what I notice for myself is it's almost like, well, I have to be perfect, right? I have to be perfect. So in order for me to be able to speak English, for example, I have to be perfect because I get triggered by that too. There's people who talk and they correct my English somehow and they say it this way, they say it, and I'm just like, okay. I think what's happening there is they're not correcting me per se. They are correcting themselves. They are reiterating to themselves that that's what they want to hear because every person is viewing and filtering reality and perception of their own reality in their own way. That's how it is. That's how a person. So when it comes to, let's say, like particularly like communication, language, and all that stuff, I feel like, what if that's what it is? And I'm saying what if because that's what I sense. It's my filter. So I don't know. I sense that it's like the world today, not everyone, but a majority of the old systems, specifically with language teaching, it is shifting, but they're the ones that are constantly um, enmeshed or stuck in that whole like 9 to 5 mentality, amount mentality, quantity mindset. It's all about that rather than quality and being like childlike. And I find that there's some, there will be people who disagree with this because they're like, no, 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 no. So what's happening is there's the disconnection. If that be the case, there's a disconnection with the intention I'm trying to put out. So what if also then the key is again just going back to the same thing I've said before, being childlike and really childlike as in like being open and curious and but when we're in a state of fear, when we're in a state of perfectionism, when we're in a state of me only, it's not to say that you can't honor yourself and validate yourself, but that's because of growing up as a child. A person, if I, like for me, what I would do is the reason I would do that is because I didn't have that. So what we perceived as lack in the past, we try to compensate for in the future. So yeah, just something to speculate, ponder on. I don't know. So I don't know. Yeah, you never know. So I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. This is how it is. So, but anyways, so thank you for watching. May you have your own path to follow, that you follow your heart, you follow your desires, what makes you ring from the heart and joy. I wish you well. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.